Los días 10, 11 y 12 de noviembre tuvo lugar la Héroes Cómic Con Madrid. En IFEMA, hasta 42.000 personas acudieron a este evento con la presencia de autores y actores nacionales e internacionales, entre los que estuvo la actriz Lena Headey, intérprete de Cersei en Juego de Tronos.
Porque le han engañado para venir a Héroes Cómic Con. Ella es Lena Headey, protagonista de la reina de Juego de Tronos y también la reina de 300. Y vamos a pasar un ratito charlando con ella sobre toda su trayectoria. También aprovecharemos para hacer preguntas así.
And I think perhaps, yes, because she is a woman and because she's a mother, and there's two very high expectations there, which is to be soft and gentle.
Pudimos asistir a la rueda de prensa de Frank Miller, uno de los guionistas de cómic más relevantes de la historia.
Acude gracias a ECC Ediciones en colaboración con Héroes Cómic Con Madrid. Proyectos como por ejemplo 300 o Sin City, que han tenido sus propias adaptaciones cinematográficas, porque de hecho es un autor que ha trascendido al medio del cómic. Él mismo ha codirigido las películas de Sin City.
You don't talk about movies before they really get going, because if you do, you look very, very foolish.
Comic books, like cinema, like anything else, they don't just exist in this void. So, yeah, everything that's in the world has a place in comic books, and in a world filled with terror and with many other nightmares. There's certainly room for all of that in comic books.
¿Qué está leyendo ahora Frank Miller? ¿Actuales o vuelve atrás porque le gustan más?
I'm not reading many comics these days. You know,
Ahora mismo no está leyendo muchos cómics.
Mostly I'm reading books about things I want to make comic books of.
Está leyendo cosas, temas sobre los que quiere luego él hacer cómics.
History, mostly
Historia.
history. I'm working on my series Xerxes. And that takes a lot
Xerxes?
of Xerxes is the follow-up to 300. And it's about the king of Persia who conquered the known world. It's a big story. It's a good story.
El actor Stefan Kapicic, que da vida al coloso en Deadpool, nos concedió una entrevista.
How do you get ready for the role of Colossus?
Well, it's same as, and I like to say that because sometimes people think that like working in a comic book movie is not going to be as serious as Shakespeare, and I can tell you that like working on this kind of a movie is exactly the same. So all the preparations are totally the same. You get into the research. I'm a comic book fan, so for me that's not that complicated. And of course I had a huge help from Ryan Reynolds and Tim Miller in the first part, now with David Leitch, of course, and Ryan and all the cast in the sequel. So it's a normal acting process, and especially as I said, I'm a comic book fan. So for me, this is much different than like other roles, because for me, and I love to say, it's like an Academy Award for my inner child. Because from the moment that I know about myself, I know about comic books, not just American, like European comic book. So like I don't know if that's gonna happen, but that's one of the things that people are talking right now. There's a possibility that Disney is gonna buy the Fox, so bring the all X-Men characters together in the Marvel universe. So that opens a lot more things, and everybody would love to see X-Men with Avengers or Spider-Man and Deadpool together. So it's an open field, and it's gonna be a lot. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of comic book movies in the future.
What would be your advice for young people wanted to get onto acting?
To pursue it, like to believe in themselves. It's not easy, but I'm saying this from my perspective. I never quit. I had like doubts. Everybody has doubts, but you just need to pursue it. It's not easy, but for example, the people in Spain, you guys have amazing movies, amazing theater. There are so many schools, and of course, thanks to Hollywood right now, there's like opportunity for everyone to become and to do it. You just need to be brave and to believe in yourself and just pursue it and never stop. Yeah, and I'm a huge fan on the other side of Spanish cinema, like from Buñuel to like Almodovar, or like last movie that I've seen like a few weeks ago. I saw Contratiempo. And it's a beautiful movie. It's, like I love Spain, and thank you guys for having me here because I love it. Thank you so much.
Asistimos a la rueda de prensa de Jenna Coleman, conocida por su papel de Clara Oswald, la acompañante del 11º y 12º Doctor Who.
Where would you like to go?
Where would I go? I would go find out how the pyramids got there.
Al tiempo en las pirámides, a ver cómo se construyeron.
Who built them and did they have a bulldozer?
¿Quién las construyó? Probablemente no tendría un bulldozer.
I would go see Frank Sinatra live.
Ver a Frank Sinatra cantar en directo.
I would go maybe like hang out in New York, Chelsea Hotel in the 60s.
Al Hotel Chelsea de Nueva York en los años 60.
I could keep going.
Y podría seguir y seguir y seguir.
Were you a fan before?
No, I hadn't. After, yes, but I hadn't. When I was younger, it was off air. So when it came back, I was 18 and not really in on a Saturday night. So I missed it, but realized what I was missing after.
Antes no era fan, ahora sí lo soy. Cuando yo era joven no se emitía, porque hubo un periodo en el que no se emitía, y cuando volvió a entrar en televisión yo tenía 18 años y el sábado por la noche no me quedaba en casa a verlo.
¿Por qué crees que ha durado tanto la serie? ¿Por qué está durando tanto?
I think because the lead character can regenerate.
Creo que porque el actor principal puede regenerarse.
It's never ending in its possibilities, but you can keep changing the tone. But you're never. It's a show that's not limited in any genre or tone, so it can keep on moving.
El programa es muy fiel a sí mismo y ofrece una gran variedad de posibilidades, de cambio de tono o de género, y realmente no hay límites en ese sentido.
I think the history is there, and it's actually remarkable how much it hasn't been told. The young Victoria really is Emily Blunt in the film, but not really from her being young and in her mid-20s into her 30s and her family and the beginning of her adulthood, I suppose. It's actually untold, and we have it written down from her hand in her diaries. So I think it's really interesting how it hasn't yet been told. But yeah, there seems to be a theme, but I think it's taking something that you know from a certain angle and seeing it from a new one. And I think that's what's so interesting for people watching these programs.
Bueno, la historia está ahí, es impresionante lo que no se sabe de Victoria. En la película es Emily Blunt quien la protagoniza, y no se ha contado mucho, se conserva mucho en escrito, en sus diarios, pero realmente no se habla y no se dice. Es impresionante ver algo o verlo desde una nueva perspectiva.
¿Crees que se puede ver la evolución de los personajes femeninos y de la sociedad en general a través de Doctor?
That's really interesting.
Muy interesante.
Because I think, there's definitely, perhaps if you look at Doctor Who in the 60s, the assistant was very much the assistant, and interestingly, they're now known more as the companion. And I think that in itself tells you quite a lot. I think it possibly is a mirror, really, to today. The woman like Clara, for example, what I loved about her, she was very normal, she's a teacher, she's approachable, but yet she still could, save the world one week. It wasn't necessarily the doctor as the hero, and it was the damsel in distress. I think it's very much changed and is changing.
Sí, si ves la serie en los años 60, antes se hablaba de asistente y ahora se habla de acompañante, y eso es un espejo de cómo ha cambiado la sociedad. Si pensamos en Clara, eso es, ella es profesora, pero es una persona accesible, una persona normal, pero sin embargo puede salvar el mundo, ya no es tanto una damisela en apuros.
Ingrid Deila, quien apareció en Los Vengadores la Era de Ultron y actuó como princesa Leia en Rogue One, una historia de Star Wars, también estuvo como invitada.
A lot of actors do, and it's dangerous thing, but you're just gonna do it with awareness, and then it will be fine.
Bueno, yo no soy una actriz de método totalmente, lo que me gusta es sumergirme en el aspecto emocional.
También estuvo presente el actor de doblaje Claudio Serrano, a quien seguramente habréis escuchado doblando a Christian Bale y Ben Affleck.
A ver, como Bruce Wayne te diría, bueno, es hablar con mi voz normal, lo que pasa es que tú ahora mismo le pones la cara de Ben Affleck, que es sensiblemente más alto y más guapo y más fuerte que yo, ¿vale? Y luego como la voz de Batman sería algo así como, cada día hacemos cosas diferentes. La historia...